Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Happy
hey,
Saturday. Happy ASIN weekend. If you all are a part of ASIN still.
absolutely. Wondering what other events you might be attending or have attend for the ASIN weekend, but I hope you're having a good time. And thank you for joining us for another episode of Tokyo House Party. You see, we have more faces this time.
Great. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
this one, but you might recognize this face because this face has been on a few other Tokyo House parties as a guest, but we are introducing Casper as a new host today. So yeah, welcome Casper. Maybe Casper wants to introduce himself actually. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Super exciting.
Casper used to have a podcast too, way back when. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, yep. I think diving into the we just keep it casual, kind of like keeps the air of any pressure or podcasts or live pressures, sort of abated for the most part.
It's exactly what we're doing.
Mm. Yes, yep. And to follow up with that, that said, I will be taking a bit of a hiatus from Tokyo House Party. There have been quite a few developments in my personal life, positive developments, of course, that are of a grand impact to my schedule. To keep things succinct, we are expecting a new member of our new member to the family, and I must definitely prioritize that. So. But yes, it doesn't mean that this is the end of my showing up on the show.
I'm going to say for everyone, whoever just sent me a text, I don't know what you're talking about right now. Please, about Tokyo House Party, I'm confused. But yes, congratulations to Derek. We're so happy for him. We're sad for us that we'll be losing him. Just temporarily, maybe, hopefully, though. But it's for the greater good. There's more people that Derek can bring into this world, the better. So, yeah,
Future Tokyo House Party viewers.
that's right. That's right. How do you?
Right. Ex- exactly.
And this
Precisely.
is a really cool one for, I think, Derek kind of chose this one perhaps a little, amply, that this is a really great Tokyo House Party. We say that every time, but I really mean it this time too. And it's another heavy hitting one. Today, as you may have seen some of the promos, we are part of Anime Central once again this year. We did this last year as well. And so we chose a topic that we thought would be a little salient for everybody today. And, in our last episodes, we've touched on a little bit of contemporary events and how that's bleeding into some of the things that we are all a part of or aware of, and how we can kind of address those things. And so this is just a continuation of some conversations that we'll continue to have. And the topic today, anyone else want to introduce it than me?
Orientalism in art.
Exactly. Everybody
better
in
said.
chat. Yeah. And I like that you guys were like right on cue at the same time. That was
It's when
right.
you
Very
when you
encouraging.
feel the timing vibe. Yeah.
And I also want to note that it is 90 degrees here in Chicago today, and I don't have air conditioning in my apartment yet. It's been lovely. And that's why Momo isn't here, because I can't do that to both of us. It's just too hot. And my window's open. So if you're hearing children screaming and all other who knows what's it's, please excuse. Yes, exactly. That's
It's
definitely
just outside cheering it on. Yeah, even with AC, I will say it's a little bit temperate. Sitting around a computer and lights creates a maybe intermittent glisten that might be seen from time to time. But I hope everybody else is staying warm. Or, no, not warm. I hope you're staying
no.
cool. I hope you're frigid right now where you are tuning into the show.
Yes. Well, that's just my disclaimer for any background noise and birds chirping and who knows what. But yeah. Also, Momo likes to bark at dogs outside, so you'll probably hear her barking too. So from a distance, you can appreciate her. But we have a huge show tonight. We have a lot of things happening. Yes, as these two just mentioned, it's from fantasy to fan service, Orientalism and art. And this is kind of a really loose term. Because we'll be talking about art, but we're going to be going outside of Japan and kind of crossing space and time as we tend to. Oh, someone's saying that Casper's audio is non-existent. Anyone else? Anyone else in chat? Also, chat, thank you so much for jumping in on these moments. We need you.
Are you still muted somewhere?
While Casper figures it out, chat, this is another reminder to everyone that this is a conversation. We'll have lots of different speakers on today. We'll have lots of different things happening. So please put all of your questions in chat. We really want your questions. That's kind of the reason why we do it here with you in this way. So if you have questions about any of the things that we're talking about, please, I might be pointing in the wrong direction. Somewhere, you know where the chat is.
Over here, maybe here. I think it's over here.
Sounds good. So I guess Casper, are you heard? Is Casper heard, friends? Onegaishimasu.
No, you're still checking over here. You're still muted. Maybe let me think. So maybe for Streamlabs the microphone. Do you still see the levels coming through for that?
Thank you, Lizette. Yeah. So what I will do is give us a little introduction to this theme and kind of get us moving. And again, because I'm sharing my screen, I can't actually see the chat. So please do keep putting your questions in there, and everyone else is going to kind of keep a tabs on them. We will come back. We definitely want to hear them. So if I don't notice, please don't take it personal. I'm looking forward to them. But let me share my screen. Except for I need permission to do it. Okay, it's going to be meta just for a moment as it is, as I try to jostle between things. Ignore that. Blum. Here we are. This is the promo you may all know and love. So yes, again, we are here with Tokyo House Party fan service and fantasy. So as we kind of explained, this episode will kind of have a frank and
sorry to interrupt. It's on Twitch side. It's cropped in a way that it's not showing the screen. It's like showing like a dipped down version of it. Actually, while it's because I know Casper might be disabled on microphone side, we could do like a quick BRB and see if we can sort that out. Oh wait, there it is. Now it's appeared.
Am I okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, friends, This has been exciting. Um, okay, shall I?
I would say proceed on.
Okay, then. So here we are having a frank and relevant discussion on the history of Orientalism globally and how this historical system of seeing resonates with our world today. And that's definitely what we're going to be looking at, is understanding that there is a system that we're seeing, even if we can't see it. So this is where we're starting. And we will have guests from DePaul University. They're actually my two patron saints from my younger years until today, and I can't express how happy I am to have them with us. But first, I thought I'd give us the most crash course in Orientalism. So I'm kind of hoping we can explore kind of cultural consumerism and this power of seeing and how these things are built. So, in order to do that, I think we can start with a map. A map, everyone's favorite thing. So, I can't see chat right now, but if anyone wants to loft out, what do you notice about this map? When we say east and west, what do we mean?
Seeing if anybody says anything. And just to give you a heads up, Karen McKinley, that is intended. During the presentation, the way Zoom functions, it will briefly remove us for the duration of the presentation, but you'll see us again shortly.
Yeah, I promise I'm still here. I just can't see because I'm sharing my screen. But yeah. So, okay, I'm going to fill in some gaps just a little. We have a prime meridian right down the middle of this map, right? The prime meridian is something that's completely chosen by someone. And that's really what decides what is east and what is west of that. So we're looking at a map. Again, this is a globe. This isn't supposed to be flattened, but this perspective we're looking at right now is even chosen, right? Like this is the standard view of the world. And so this is a system of seeing that was already laid out for us. And so the way we can kind of begin this conversation is, why do we see it this way? Why would someone want us to see it this way? So we have North America and Europe. And actually, does anyone know where the prime meridian crosses over? Greenwich, England.
I was going to say hitting chat with the geography questions.
Yeah. Well, it's only important because then it tells us, so if you're going to put yourself at the center of the world, who would do it and why? So this was established, in the not so recent maybe like 100 or 200 years ago. So, and at this time, Europe was, the major player in the world. And so it would only make sense that they're the center of this universe. Makes sense. And then everything from the east of that became the east, and everything to the west is the west. And so when we talk about Western culture at this point, we're talking about everything to the west of that prime meridian line, which is, parts of Europe, North America, suchness. Okay, so in order to really kind of dig into this a little bit more, I'm so sorry about the motorcycle outside. In order to dig into this more, we are talking about this term Orientalism. And this term Orientalism is really important because this is something that was set up by this very photogenic individual, Edward Said. And Edward Said is kind of, I guess you could credit him with founding post-colonial theory. He was a professor at Columbia University for most of his life. He went to Harvard. He's a Palestinian American. He passed away in New York in 2003, but not before creating and
for you and for Zoom? Oh, I hear us on. We are on.